the Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Talk Wrestling here on the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, as well as NoDQ.com. Good to see everybody. I'm blurry, and I don't know why I'm blurry. Oh, it's just been one of those tech days, kids. Give me 1 second here. I don't know why. It's a thing. Let me... Did that do anything? It did not. Okay, that's all right. It's okay. Good to see everybody in the chat room, all of you that have been there so far. Raymond, I see your question. It will be addressed momentarily. Just trying to get in. I kind of got into the chair here last minute. I was in a very important conversation that I'm sure I had to, was able to hopefully resolve. Haven't resolved it just yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So Raymond, with the first question right at the top. Hey, Jeff, how do I feel? What do I think about Logan Paul being added to Money in the Bank? And I see CJ in the chat. Hello, CJ. So let's go ahead and bring up the graphics that WWE social media wizards, if you will, put up either last night or this morning. I forget when it was. These are your Money in the Bank participants for 2023. On the women's side, we've got Io Sky, Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Zelina Vega, and Becky Lynch. On the men's side, we have Damian Priest, Butch, Pete Dunne, Santos Escobar, L.A. Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ricochet, and declaring himself, not having to, qualify, the one and only Logan Paul. I actually don't have a problem with it, and I'll tell you why. I really think that the distinct possibility exists that Logan Paul will win this thing. And I know that seems sacrilegious to a lot of hardcore wrestling fans or the anti-WWEers, because Lord knows there are a lot of you, I'm not anti-WWE for the record, out there. I think that having that briefcase on I'll get there in a minute, Logan Paul's podcast every single week will be beneficial to WWE, because there'll be eyes on the products, whether it is Logan Paul or not. You know, if the briefcase is in there, if it is in discussion points on not only Logan's podcast, but other podcasts, including Open Mic Night this coming Saturday. JJ, I appreciate you letting us know about that. We will plug Open Mic Night at the end of the show. Of course, I will not be at Open Mic Night. I am working Saturday night, so at the House of Mouse. So anyway, and again, Logan Paul will draw even more attention to the Money in the Bank match. Also, if he won, it would cause the internet to explode. Exactly. They should have someone cost Logan Paul the briefcase, let LA Knight win. Dave says WWE needs to push LA Knight to the moon while he is hot. I do agree that my sentimental choice is LA Knight. I such a fan of LA Knights. I said it on the No DQ review. I've said it, for years, ever since the endorsement from Percy Pringle, Paul Bearer, that LA Knight is one of my favorites, and he should be given that push to the moon, Cameron Grimes style, if you will. Do I think Money in the Bank is played out? No, I don't. I think that with the right briefcase holder, with the right person in possession of that guaranteed contract for a championship match, anything's possible. I will say them using the verbiage that you can cash in for a championship shot, and they're specifying it's for any championship, worries me, because I would hate to think of somebody like LA Knight who could only, would be forced to, by creative, challenge for the Intercontinental or the U.S. Not that he's beneath those championships. I don't think he is. I also think he is far above them. He should be a world champion in WWE. I've said that for years. I thought he got no pun intended, but a raw deal the last time he was on the WWE roster, and proved himself in Impact Wrestling, proved himself in the NWA, and proved himself across the world. So he definitely should be in the talks for a world championship run, however brief. And I will also agree with Dave that the Money in the Bank ladder matches should be on nights 1 and 2 of WrestleMania, not its own show. That I will wholeheartedly agree with, and I say that now because it is 2 nights and because there are 2 matches. WrestleMania is always considered the day that the WWE resets. What better way to have a reset button than to have a Money in the Bank, Mr. and Ms. Money in the Bank come out of those matches out of WrestleMania. So, and CJ's have the opinion that Bayley should be Ms. Money in the Bank this year. Of course, I put my manifestation of Trish Stratus going out there and winning Money in the Bank. I don't actually think she's going to win, let me be clear, but it'd be really cool if they did it just for the hell of it, right? So next question I start is from our buddy Sam Fisher, and he says, did I enjoy Cody's interview in front of the live crowd with Kathy Kelly? I thought it was great and reminiscent of the old territory days. It's reminiscent of, what do you call it? I really thought it was reminiscent of the old WWF 80s days, with Cody being out there for an interview kind of on the stage, if you will, with Kathy Kelly. And my goodness, does Kathy Kelly just get better looking every week, or am I just that into Kathy Kelly? I don't know. I think she is just one of the best. I think she's amazing, and she is such a welcome addition back to the product. As far as the interview with Cody, I enjoyed it. I liked the fact that they had, the crowd out there to let Cody feed off of, let Kathy feed off of. It was really cool to see that interaction. Kathy, I believe, is either from Cleveland or has family in Cleveland. She was really feeding off the energy last night. It was really cool to see that. So, anyway, when should they think about turning Bayley back baby face? Easy for me to say. I think they're going toward that scenario now. Dakota Kai's injury probably prolonged the split a little longer than they were intending. I would have thought they would have done it had Dakota remained healthy, but she didn't. It's just one of those things that she got hurt again, so they're having to pivot their direction with Bayley and Io. I think if they do split them up, which I still think they're going to go through with, I think you are better off having Io as a heel, maybe to go against Asuka, since it looks like they're going to keep Asuka in a, maybe not a babyface, but a tweener role, or keep Io as a tweener and have them just go, for a battle of the championship, or she cashes in. There's definitely something there if they put those two together. I really think they could have something special in the ring. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Io could be the baby face. Bayley could be the heel. I really think that Bayley's heel character has not been fully utilized yet, and I think that just think it's. I think there's still what do you call it? There's still meat on that bone. I'm starting to hate the euphemism. I use it way too much, but there's still a story to be told with that character as a heel. Josh and JJ are on the same wavelength as far as pulling the trigger with Bayley. But Josh is saying that they're going to have them split once. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Shotzi regain her spot in Money in the Bank, but people are saying because of what happened last year, maybe not a good idea. I say it's a fresh year, it's a new match, give her a chance. Either way, the split is definitely on the horizon. Matthew said, I do agree. We need Io versus Asuka, which is why I hope Bianca costs Charlotte and they can have their feud the champion. Yeah, I think Bianca and Charlotte without the title on the line is, for me, it's a money match for SummerSlam. It really is. That way Bianca can continue her battles with the horsewomen. Good stuff, guys. Great discussion the first 20 minutes of the show, or first, let's see, what time is it? First 15 minutes of the show, or 10 minutes rather. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Let's see, Raymond. How do we get to Roman versus Cody is the question in the room. I still maintain that Roman and Cody will be at the SmackDown following Money in the Bank. And as we saw last week on SmackDown, Money in the Bank will now feature a Bloodline Civil War. And we'll have coverage of Money in the Bank, of course, across the Multiverse of Media coming up on July 1st. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa taking on the Usos. I think whatever side of the bloodline emerges victorious, Roman will be so defeated physically and emotionally from this betrayal from his family. They do need to find a way to get Cody over to SmackDown, or maybe if Roman and Solo win at Money in the Bank, Roman comes out to Raw just full of his own shit, very much like Edge did after Night of Champions 2008, and runs his mouth, gets attacked, and Cody finds a way to get the title match set up for SmackDown. Maybe Roman is so just beaten down and defeated that he hastily agrees to it based on the matter of his pride being insulted. Something will get him there. I honestly don't have the working theory was Money in the Bank. I don't think we're going to have that be a thing. Josh has a good point. We're talking about a trade. Maybe Roman, in anger, demands the Usos be traded to Raw, and a unexpected side effect of that, a consequence of that trade would be Cody Rhodes to SmackDown. I'd be okay with that. And yes, question is, what are they doing with Edge? They should have Tony Chimmel announce him even just one more time. I agree with Tony Chimmel coming back for Edge, first of all. Don't know what they're doing with Edge right now. I know he won at WrestleMania. Haven't seen a whole lot of the Rated R Hall of Famer since then. Be curious to see what happens with Edge. Why is Logan Paul crapped on? I don't get it. War Buzz 100% of the roster. It's because he's not a wrestler. Skinman. He's not a pure wrestler. He's not one of the Du Bois. He's not a WWE superstar like everybody else. And it's like he signed a contract. He's working for WWE. He's a contracted star. So we just need to, we as in the royal we, the majority of the fans need to understand that he works for WWE. He is a contracted WWE roster member. So he's going to be around. Don't know. Logan Paul didn't get hurt one move into his match at WrestleMania. So there is that. And I love Shane, but you have to remember, Josh, the McMahon stigma, pardon me for the scratch, it's just I have a terrible right here is just bugging. I've got a tag on the shirt that I can't rip off without damaging the shirt, and it just gets all up in me. The McMahons still have a negative connotation on their name after what happened with Vince and all the allegations last year. So not all people are going to be high on the McMahons right now. Not a whole lot. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying Greg's not. Just not a lot of people are going to be high on the McMahons right now. Edge said apparently last time they were in Canada, next time he'd be Canada to retire. There you go. And JJ is asking, what did Drew go during the draft? With rumors of his impending return, probably Money in the Bank, a trade of Drew for Cody could work. Yes. Drew was named a Raw talent, I believe. He was drafted to Monday Night Raw, so he is not currently on SmackDown. There you go. Drew went to Raw, so that wouldn't be a viable solution to the problem. Mohammed, happy Tuesday on a Tuesday night, Jeff Meacham. I hope you're doing well, sir. Same with everyone else here in the live chat. Thank you, Mohammed. And, of course, everybody in the live chat as well as watching on demand. If you're watching this after our initial 10 o'clock broadcast, please like, subscribe, turn on notification bells to every channel you're watching this on. Follow the social media feed you're watching this on. If you're enjoying the show, please put a super chat over here to my left on screen. But actually, it's my right on screen, my actual left, because we are still in the process of collecting fees to keep the channels going. We're trying to expand the multiverse. We're trying to do more than just the wrestling coverage. JJ, of course, has his movie reviews, and he's doing a subscription service covering wrestling that's not necessarily the live content you see on TV each day. We'll get to that toward the end of the show with the shills. Of course, we've got Stat Boy Sports Bar on the Castilian Studios. We've got Datilla and the Rangers Wrestling Channel covering all things wrestling, and as well as everything she covers. The Greg Cherry Show is a mixed bag of everything. So please like, subscribe, notification bell, super chat, super thanks, super stickers, all the things across the multiverse of media, because you guys supporting, donating, super chatting, super stickering, super thanking lets us do more and lets us expand and grow and do things like I'm doing this weekend. We'll talk more about that again at the end of the show with the shills. King Mike says, I don't think anyone on SmackDown is winning Money in the Bank because I just can't see Roman losing everything via cash-in. Right? That's fair. Sam says, allegedly, Ciampa's debut was to compete in Seth's Open Challenge. This was changed last minute. Who do you think made this decision, and was it the correct decision to prevent him losing on his return? Yes, it was correct to not have Ciampa lose on his return to the company. You have to remember something. Ciampa's been gone a long, I couldn't even tell you how long he's been gone, but it's been a long damn time since we have seen Tommaso Ciampa. So to have him come in and then just lose right away his very first night back because he's challenging for the World Heavyweight Championship, and we're not going to see Seth lose on TV. I think I messed that up. But it's okay. We'll figure it out here in a second. I'm trying to, again, multitasking, not always the thing, folks. It is what it is. There we go. That's what I wanted. Yeah, I would have been heavily against Ciampa losing this first match back. And yeah, I want Ciampa to go on a quest for a new kind of goal. That it's, it was great seeing him be so dominant in NXT and be that champion and be that guy, but let him have the main roster for a while. It'll be cool to see him do his thing on the main roster. It looks like he's going to be a Raw guy. So, and let's see here what we got. Well, only if they take Ciampa seriously, it's a good idea. Johnny hasn't been doing anything. Yeah, you could have Gargano and Ciampa. They can revisit that, but I personally wouldn't mind seeing them team up either and do that thing. I'm trying to find a graphic to answer one of the questions, so please forgive me here for just a moment, guys. I'm sorry I'm looking distracted, so I am distracted. I'm easily distracted. I'm easily amused, too. I'm finding out more things about myself every day. All right, let's get to the next question. Greg Cherry says, what up, people of the multiverse of media? Tune in tomorrow for a major announcement. And Josh is giddy as hell to see Mr. Cherry in the chat room as we are. What do I think about the angle of rage and alcohol with Sammy? Again, I think alcohol with Sammy and Kevin? I didn't see that. Rageaholic. Okay, sorry, he mistyped. I apologize. It's something to do, right? Rageaholics are definitely a real thing. I know from personal experience. Therapy was a thing for me because of it. So I don't see a problem with them using a real yeah. Tony Cotton, no, trust me. Greg definitely does have an announcement for real. He does have something planned. I will not be at Greg's show tomorrow, unfortunately. I have plans at the House of Mouse with family, so I will not be there. God damn it. I know I saw that effing graphic go up today. I know I did. I know it was here, and I'm bugging, and I'm sorry. I just don't know where it is. Okay, well, that's okay. We'll go ahead and yes, I have not watched NXT, so thank you for the reminder, Matthew. Thank you very much. Okay, so the question earlier was for Muhammad, what can we expect from Dynamite tomorrow night at AEW? And please get well soon to the one and only Seth freaking Rollins. I think Seth's fine. I think it was just an angle they ran on television, so keep that in mind, Muhammad. As far as Dynamite tomorrow, which is June 21st, the Hardys versus the Guns, or the Ass Boys, if you want to go that route, that's fine. Orange Cassidy and Shibata taking on Daniel Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr. Chris Statlander defends the TBS title against Taya Valkyrie. Jeff Jarrett versus Mark Briscoe in a concession stand brawl is set for tomorrow as well. There you go. We can all be in the new cell phone game. There you go. Jericho, Guevara, and Minoru Suzuki on the same team. You can hear the earth tremble from that. Taking on Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and AR Fox. That's going to be a glorified squash, but okay. Again, Jarrett and Briscoe in that concession stand brawl. Just a whole lot of stuff going on tomorrow on Dynamite. Always worth tuning in. Again, I unfortunately will not be home. Well, not unfortunately, I'm choosing not to be home. I definitely want to be where I'm going to be, which is Disneyland with my family. And we'll hear from Adam Cole tomorrow as well, according to the AEW social media accounts. So that is, and we'll hear from Eddie Kingston apparently as well. So there you go. All kinds of shit going on tomorrow on Dynamite. Stay tuned, kids. What are my thoughts on Forbidden Door coming up Sunday? Well, Forbidden Door will have exclusive watch-along coverage as my thing gets messed up. Doesn't matter. I'm not actually on the green screen. I'm just using it as a backdrop today. Forbidden Door will have coverage across the multiverse of media coming up this weekend. You can definitely check us out at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific, across the multiverse with our coverage of Forbidden Door. You can also check out predictions for Forbidden Door coming up later this week on the No DQ channel. You can catch it at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Pacific on NoDQ.com's streams. And Simply Predicting with our main man Noah Foster will be at Friday at 5:15 Eastern with the predictions for that. Again, I am unfortunately not able to be at Forbidden Door. I was waiting on a confirmation at Forbidden Door watch along coverage. I will not be there for that. I was waiting on confirmation for another outing, and I did get that today, courtesy of old friend of the channel, Miss Melina. I will be at the Globe Theater on Sunday. We'll talk more about that as well coming up in our shill section, but I wanted to make sure I got to Forbidden Door. So my thoughts on Forbidden Door, I'm looking forward to watching it back on replay. I'm looking forward to Noah and James with that all-important call. I mean, God, Danielson, Okada, Omega, and Ospreay. Jungle Boy challenges at the WWE Championship. MJF against Tanahashi. It's going to be a hell of a night. And the question is, it seems like we won't be getting our women's match again for Forbidden Door. I mean, no AEW versus New Japan match. Yeah, it seems that way, but you know, it is unfortunately what it will be. Let's see. So both Raymond and JJ are asking about my thoughts about CM Punk being on Dynamite. Believe it when I see it. It's in Chicago, so it should be. He should be there. I think they'd be silly not to have him be there. Even though this rumored brand split thing or whatever is supposed to be, I don't know. But if he's there, expect the fireworks. JM is, and King Mike, hi JM and King Mike from Ken. Hello, Ken. Good to see you. All right. Well, I got through the questions, and how far are we in here? We're not that far in, are we? No, we're only half hour into the show, so we'll go ahead and see. I missed something up here. Sam says Cody's long-term storyline will end in the title win / challenge. If you could push someone from the mid-card in a similar long-term fashion, who would you choose? Why push them and how? LA Knight. Said it earlier, man. I would have him win Money in the Bank and then just lie in the weeds like a heel and just wait for the opportunity, cash in on Cody maybe toward the end of WrestleMania season right before Mania, get a title match. You know, all signs point again to The Rock and Roman at WrestleMania 40. I'll believe that shit when I see it. So let LA Knight have a championship opportunity or a championship defense if he wins Money in the Bank, or cash in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania like Seth Rollins did and make a name for himself. I would love to see that. Psycho Jet Black is here. Everybody's here. How did I meet JJ? I met JJ at PWG. I think we met at his first show. I could be wrong, JJ, so please help me out here on the familiars, the details, if you will. Matt, good to see you as well. So All-Star Weekend 2005, Night 1 was the first time that they ran not only WrestleMania weekend for PWG, but they also were flying in a lot of extracurricular talent, more so than usual. And JJ was there at that show, and the No DQ team and I had already been going to PWG shows for almost a year at that point. Our first show was the summer of 2004, and we just met that night. And I know we talked more later that year, and his either girlfriend or fiance, I don't know where they were at that point in their lives together, but the woman that would become my pseudo sister, one of my dearest friends, Teresa, started going to the shows at that point. Stepboy, I think, was with JJ. Stepboy and JJ have been family, as close as family since long before I met them. They were Mikey, I believe, was welcoming in JJ's home, and when they were in either high school or college, they did college radio together, JJ and Stepboy. So they've been together longer than I've known them. So yeah, it was in 2005. We've been friends and we've been roommates and family ever since. I love them to pieces. I love all of them. I'm so grateful to have them in my life still, and to be able to have them help me navigate this crazy road that is the multiverse of media, because it's a very packed highway, and I'm very glad to have my brothers by my side. It's very cool to have them along. Oh, that was emotional, more than I needed to be. We know if Punk is a Dynamite, the Elite will not be. Don't be surprised. I still think we're buying too much into the dirt sheet rhetoric. I really think that's the case, Matt. Just take the shows as they come. If Punk is there, the Elite might not be there. They might be. Same on the other way around. If Punk is at Collision, the Elite might not be. But I personally want to see them settle this shit in the ring. I really want to see the money matches. Darius says, is Braun Breaker a threat to Roman Reigns or Gunther? Roman, probably not. Gunther, absolutely. I believe he's a threat if and when he does get called up to the main roster. All right. So I want to talk about something on the Pat McAfee show today. It was confirmed that we have yet another watch-along that we're going to be covering from WWE and the Multiverse of Media. That'll be Saturday, October 7th, with WWE Fastlane moving to October. It used to be a March thing or a February thing, one or the other. Now it's a October thing. And we've determined within the Multiverse staff, if you will, that as a result of this, there are only 5 weekends between now and Bound for Glory, October 21st, from Impact Wrestling, that there is no scheduled, as of now, wrestling premium show from WWE, AEW, Impact Wrestling, or New Japan Pro Wrestling. One of those weekends, which is the weekend before All In, we will have our British Invasion karaoke night, and then one weekend in September, Saturday, we will have our game night for Lingo. The other one will be game night for Haunted Hangman. It's kind of like just Hangman with skeletons because October, ooh, scary. But other than that, man, we are busy as ever. From talking about scaling back at the beginning of last year to something every single weekend. I am here for it. I love it. I am so happy that, again, we get to do all this coverage and have fun. And honestly, I'm having fun getting paid. Covering professional wrestling and getting paid to work at Disney. Life is good, folks. Living the dream. I absolutely love it. Isn't Hell in a Cell in October? No confirmation of Hell in a Cell for either show or either month yet. There's not been announced for this year. Psycho says, thoughts on Gable Stevenson? I know Virtue is a fan of his, but I get the feeling he's not that interested in pro wrestling and would rather be another sport. Does seem that way. But I think he re-entered eligibility for the Olympics in 2024. I could be wrong on that. We'll have to check next year. I haven't really been paying much attention, to be honest with you. And Sam, I saw your comment about Montez, so bear with me here. Do I think it's possible, since MJF doesn't want to fight a New Japan guy, will Punk walk in and take his place, especially with the AEW Championship is in his bag? We'll get Tanahashi and MJF. I think that I did see the thing about Logan Paul earlier. I had it start. Just gotta be patient. I think it's great. I mentioned Logan Paul at the top of the show. Let him win the damn thing. I actually got my prop here. Imagine sitting there watching Logan Paul's podcast, and you've got this freaking briefcase sitting right here front and center on every show. But seriously, tune into Logan Paul's broadcast, and boom, there it is, briefcase front and center. Hell, I'm here for it. Absolutely. It gets eyes on the product. It gets all of his millions of followers on social media on WWE, eyes on WWE. Absolutely. And yes, of course, JJ, we always need the continued support of everybody out there. Please come out there and watch our shows, do our things. Please, please, please. Sam says, I'd choose Montez Ford for long-term storytelling, win the tag championship to Dawkins, lose them, have Dawkins turn on him, a brutal Dawkins Ford. Okay, so you were asking who would I put in a program, period, not necessarily for a championship, or not necessarily for Money in the Bank. Montez Ford and Bianca are both like right there. They're just waiting to flip a switch. I still say Montez and Bianca as the heels would work better than Dawkins as the heel. Why did WWE have Damian Sandow win Money in the Bank and have him fail the cash in? Just didn't seem to want to go anywhere with Aaron Stevens' character. I don't know why. He wasn't the worst failed cash in by any means. Right, Austin Theory? Right, Baron Corbin? So it wasn't anything to do with him. LA Knight should be the front runner for Money in the Bank, but secondary, it's either him or Logan. Yep, I agree. Not disgusted by his controversial antics. That was his dumbass brother. I think it was the one that was conversing with the dead. I don't know what it was. Whatever it was stupid. How about Umaga's son, Zilla Fatu, having his first match next month? The family continues to grow. I keep telling everybody, as long as the Manawahi and Fatu boys and girls keep doing their thing in the bedroom, the bloodline will never end. The storyline will go on forever. Seriously, though, congratulations to Zilla Fatu. Very happy that the Fatu legacy shall continue to move forward. Kennedy was a big money draw, but he couldn't stay out of trouble with getting the suspension for I think it was the steroid thing, if I remember right. And then Creative just lost their way with him. Don't know why. Who should Brock Lesnar face at SummerSlam if we don't want to see another Roman rematch? Cody as champion. Oh, it was Logan. Okay, well, again, I'm very much like Noah Foster when it comes to peripheral YouTubing. I watch our stuff. I watch Aaron's stuff. I watch the stuff within our multiverse. I'll watch an occasional, like something from Wrestling Bios or Trek Culture, not Law Culture, because I'm a Star Trek person. Just different things, but those two yahoos and their shenanigans on YouTube prior to them doing other things, not interested in the slightest. Cody versus Gunther or Rock versus Roman for WrestleMania 40 main event? It has to be the Rock and Roman. That is a money match. It doesn't have to be for the championship necessarily to be the main event of WrestleMania. They've proven that over the years. Rock versus Roman Reigns versus The Rock is a major, major marquee money match. Speaking of money and marquee, let's go ahead and get into the plugs here real quick. Again, we thank everybody for watching Renegade's reviews yesterday. From JJ, always good to see him doing his thing every day, and you can continue to check out his showcasing of Johnny Depp movies this week. Chocolat yesterday, Blow tomorrow, From Hell Friday. Saturday's movie is not The Flash. He told me that during Sapboy Sports Parts. I had a chance to update the graphic. His new release for Saturday will be Flamin' Hot, which is a Disney Plus / Hulu exclusive movie, so check it out on Saturday, as well as I'll get there. I don't know where they went. See, okay, I need to explain something really quick here. A lot of these things don't get uploaded. I don't know why. I upload them from my phone into the StreamYard, and they just don't go through. Please check out everything in the Cassian Studios. I sincerely mean that. If you are a subscriber, you can see, beginning in July, his reviews of the NXT home video DVD releases, Blu-ray releases, whatever the case may be. He'll also be doing a review of Capital Punishment, the 2011 pay-per-view featuring John Cena defending the championship against R-Truth and Little Jimmy. Lord help us. Also, if you're a subscriber to Cassian Studios, you can go right now and vote in the poll, and you choose which Money in the Bank ladder match in the 18-year history of that match will have Noah, Foster, and JJ on the audio call for play-by-play and commentary. So check it out over there. If you missed Stat Boy Sports Bar today, we covered a whole lot of ground in the world of sports, you can follow him and Dory Lou, our Barkeeps Staffway Sports Bar, featuring Dory Lou at Hathaway Lou at LB277 on Twitter. Again, you can. Oh, there's JJ's. There's the War Zone at least. Check out the War Zone each and every Sunday with JJ on the Casa 18 Studios, 3 o'clock Pacific over on the Casa, and of course on Sundays, except this Sunday, the No DQ review with Virtue, Aaron, and the crew, whoever he has along for the week. That's along for the ride that Sunday. A lot of comments coming in, so I'm gonna go to the comment section and check everything out here. Bear with me. Am I watching all the Star Trek shows on Paramount Plus? I've watched all of them in first run originally, but yes, I am watching Strange New Worlds. I'll be watching that probably after I go to sleep. I usually watch it Wednesday nights when I get home from Hollywood, but I'm probably going to be very tired after Disneyland tomorrow instead, so I'll probably watch it Thursday morning. I have not seen every episode of Lower Decks. I have not watched Prodigy. That was a Nickelodeon show. Apparently that's in canon as well. But I did see Picard. I did watch Discovery. God help me, I watched Discovery. And I've watched the classic stuff. Great, great stuff. Do I think I'll go back to WWE before he calls it quits? Nope. Best news movie by WWE for me was probably... I liked The Condemned personally. I thought that was a great action movie. I'm a fan of the Marine series, so I'll go with that for now. Ken with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Ken. Are we ever gonna know you pie-faced Kevin Owens? Or who pie-faced Kevin Owens? Nope. Should have been me. There you go. Anyway, let's see. Will there be a genuine bidding war of 2024 for MJF? Do you think MJF's mic style can transit over to WWE without curbing it? Nope. MJF's surprise entering the Rumble and eliminating Cody would give him heat. Yes, it would, but if they curtail that character at all, or they dull it down, it bad for business, horrible for business, as a matter of fact. Legendary was good, Ken, but it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't the best one they did. I still have not been able to get past season 1 of Discovery. It's rough. You know, Discovery really doesn't pick up until the cliffhanger of season 2 going into season 3. Give it another chance. I'm still not a fan of it personally. It's very much anti our usual Trek, but I ended up being okay with how it finished. If that makes any sense. I love Strange New Worlds. I think it's the best produced classic Trek type of this new era of Trek. Love Picard, of course, because it finished out the Next Generation story, which is my favorite. And Lower Decks, I hear, is really cute. So we'll go ahead and have to keep watching that. Do I think we'll see Marie or Ryback in wrestling again? Nope. I hope not. For Ryback's case, Eva Marie, they tried and they failed miserably. So what I was speaking of Eva Marie and the women in professional wrestling coming up, we'll see CM Punk on Collision next week, this coming Saturday. Coming up this Sunday, while most of the wrestling world will be focused on Forbidden Door, I will be live at the Globe Theater with a friend of the channel, Melina, WWE legend, WWE not Hall of Famer yet, but multiple-time women's champion, former NWA superstar, former the EWF Hall of Famer, Melina. She'll be on commentary there in Phillips. Melissa Santos will be hosting, and I will be there in the balcony seat doing my thing, chilling out. And I thank Melina for offering up the tickets over on her social media. Anybody in the area that happens to want to go, I will be talking with a few people tomorrow about who wants to go. But if nobody takes me up on it, I will definitely be in contact with a lot of people about going, because I don't mind the extra leg room and be able to stretch out. Bigger dude in an older theater would be a beautiful thing. But anybody in the local area, hit me up and let me know. All right, kids, that's it. I'm out of here for the night. It's time for me to go. I don't see any more questions. Let me check one more time here. What AEW original should join Bullet Club Gold to make it a trio? Samoa Joe. Why not? Anyway. Have a good night, guys. I know he's not AEW original, but I'm going with it anyway because I like the answer. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on the Greg Cherry Show. We'll see you for Aaron's AEW recap, Dynamite. And that's it. Good night.